Welcome to the Pauper Gauntlet. I'm Dan. And this is round 2. We are in the Just for Fun round because 22 decks were eliminated in the first round. And now it's time for White Weenie, who had an easy first round, to get another easy round and cruise into the third round. I searched the dailies for result. I found Kul's result, and so I'm using his deck. This is a soldier build with war falcons, etc. I do have a sideboard, but I don't have a sideboard plan. I have the Knight of Sushi in the deck, which I will think is very funny a lot of the time. Cosmin. I want to play first. Wow. This is not a good hand, but it's a hand I'm gonna keep because it has 4 lands and 3 creatures. I am notoriously bad as a White Weenie player. Actually, the first match, the first round of Pauper Gauntlet was the first match I ever won with White Weenie. Or was it maybe the second? But this deck is kind of a deck, kind of what I want White Weenie to be. That was complicated, but I don't need to stop in my upkeep. I had that for playing Trinket recently. The last match in the Pauper Gauntlet. There will be only 2 matches today. Have to portion them out. Preordain. Island Preordain. Sounds like a competent deck. That is a very common start in Pauper, and now my bird cannot attack. Except that it actually can. And I'm setting myself back a turn here just to be able to attack. And start beating down. Yeah, 4 power in the air, turn 2. Got to be good. Are you Delver? Or are you just pondering? Ponder and Preordain tells me it's not Delver, but rather some sort of control deck or combo deck. Yes, it's Cloudpost. It might even be Temporal Fissure. If it is, this is the violent start you want against Temporal Fissure. But now I'm flooding. Yeah, I draw 1 land in 3 turns. Uh-oh. Temporal Fissure is coming. And he glimmered himself back up to 16 lives. Most Temporal Fissure decks don't play counterspells. I don't think I have to be afraid of casting the Guardian. And the Guardian is protected from Temporal Fissure, so he will be my clock. But eventually he will just be able to flicker Glimmer Posts all day to defeat me. Seagate Oracle. Normally works against the Weenies, but my Weenies are flying. White Weenie is a verbal pitfall for someone who is not a native English speaker. In the last match I cried out "White Power!" suddenly. And that's not a very good thing to say, is it? So I'm sorry, I'm not a native English speaker. I'm just a stupid Viking from Scandinavia. Hello, Yakuza Demon. This was interesting. Do I do 4 extra damage here to hurt him as bad as possible? And I think I do, actually, because I want to make it easier for the Guardian to kill him. So getting in as much damage as possible is definitely a priority. Shout out to you, Yakuza Demon! People have a much harder time finding me in the Just for Fun room. Hopefully that includes the snipers. But this might be a snipe, because who plays Temporal Fissure in the Just for Fun room? I will soon! I will play Simic Stormpost in the Just for Fun room, and I will feel pretty bad about it, actually. Well, he's gaining life. And I think he's safe now, pretty much. Next turn he can Fissure, including his Glimmer posts. I think I can't win this anymore, but I'll try. I'll never give up. Well, the Cathar doesn't do a lot, does he? He also, of course, has... oh, he will Fissure everything, so the Guardian is the one thing I will have. Then I will have a 4-turn clock on him, and that won't be enough by far. Uh-oh! While he goes off, I'll check YouTube comments. Oh, that's a dead giveaway that something bad is about to happen. Something really bad. Am I dead yet? No. Okay, I can put in some YouTube comments, some YouTube show notes and stuff while he is thinking about his big turn here. Brennan has made 2 live videos, live drafting videos. Check them out. Brennan Film Actor is a choice on YouTube. Well, Temporal Fissure should be banned in case I haven't mentioned it before. As should Cloudpost. But my policy is really not to talk about bannings, because I feel that Wizards don't care, and that any talk about bannings in Pauper is pointless. And I hope to be proven wrong at the banning announcement of Theros. But there was no banning announcement in Dragon's Maze, and there was no monthly banning announcement, as they said. Hey, I still have permanents! How can this be? Well, he has a Muldrifter to block me with, and well, that's very sweet. And he can also block this War Falcon, but let's attack them. And actually having a second Guardian should be good. Getting rid of his Muldrifter must be a good thing. More sleazy permanents for him to worry about. I expect a Mono Blue Stormpost player in the Just for Fun room to be practicing and make mistakes with his deck. And I should really like look at what he's doing, think about what could he have done differently, etc. But I'm just so bored by that stupid deck. I'm sorry! And I really can't stomach it. which might have been one of the reasons that I messed up so thoroughly with it in the Gauntlet when I was sniped. And I almost stood my ground, but then my focus was diverted by the streaming enough to eliminate the deck. But today I'm happy that I won't have to plague people in the Just for Fun room with Mono Blue Stormpost. Though I have nothing against Cosmin for doing this, I really want to point that out. The definition of the Just for Fun room is that you should play whatever you think is fun, and I think he does think it's fun. Do we concede? Why would we concede? He flickers. He gets a lot of lands. No, I'm not gonna concede. Earlier. No, I'm not giving him that. He will have to do it. And actually I think it's very relevant to not allow him to any leeway here, because he has taken 8 minutes here, and it could very well be a lot of time before he kills me. So no way I'm letting this go. Pretty much just because it's good tournament practice as well to train timing out the Fisher decks. It's really good tournament practice for him too, but then again, we're not in the tournament practice room. On the other hand, I think it's fun to time out Fisher decks. And maybe that's another reason, and now I'm talking bannings all the time, maybe that's another reason to ban Temporal Fisher, because it forces people into the situations that do you concede, or do you really want to watch me combo off for 10 minutes? But this is what Pauper has come to, and it is not healthy. So we can enter some more YouTube show notes. We have a trinket match that we just uploaded. It was part of the Pauper Gauntlet. So let's mention that. The correct link for trinket is this one. So we're putting it in the show notes. It does remind me of Grixis Storm. When you sat around for 10 minutes waiting for Grixis Storm to combo off. And but Grixis Storm sometimes failed. And you could like, I won. This never happens with Mono Blue Stormpost. Once he starts, he will win, but it takes forever to win. He can't like, grape shot you for 20. Okay, now I entered all. Do I write my next pure article? That would probably not be a good idea. Well, let's check Twitter then, perhaps. While we wait. I am the Swedish chef. There's a crusher, and the crusher will speed things up, of course. But he is very slow. Here's the Fisher. The Crusher also blocks well for a turn. Any interesting targets here? I'm not gonna let White Weenie die to a slow Fisher player. But he might win this with the Crusher within the time limit. Is it my turn soon? No. Okay, well, time to check the next Twitter account. Well, if he actually takes 15 minutes to defeat me in the first match, if I can steal the second match, I am pretty well off. But it has been said to me that I have a horrible, horrible Temporal Fisher matchup with White Weenie. And now it's my time. Well, I can't attack as long as the Crusher is around, so I guess that's it. Some new messages on the MagicGatheringStrat Twitter. There's actually a chance that we can do the competitive Paupercast today. There is a chance now that that I can actually win, because he's so bored by his own deck that he concedes and quits and goes and do something else. Alright. He's actually killing me this turn, no matter what happens. And I was never that close to winning, were I? Was I? I were. Okay, sorry for Temporal Fisher being a thing, and that this being a very boring video. So let's think about what he has against Temporal Fisher. What I have, what Kulz put in his deck against Temporal Fisher. Standard Bearer, Relic, good games. Maybe he's quitting. Doing Mana Tithe. Okay. Blocked you. You should probably not play those decks. And Javelineers can kill the fairies. Future Priest. Sky Hunter, Living Rings. Strands, we are not gonna strands, right? So a Razor Golem probably. 3 relics, 3 standard bearers. I don't know, does he have to target how does standard bearer and temporal fissure work? Well, I guess I'm about to find out. Can't say I know. So the War Falcon won't be able to do anything turn 2, so we are better off playing the Sky Hunter. So we are playing this. Can you imagine a Temporal Fissure player being mad at people for not conceding to his combo when his biggest weakness is the clock? Okay, double War Falcon can still be blocked by Cloud of Fairies, but on the other hand, we would love that, wouldn't we? It's not the optimal use of the mana, but I still think it is. Oh, we can actually cycle here. Okay, yes, he got bored with his deck. Is this a keep? It could get horrible, right? How many lands am I playing? So I'm playing 20 lands. If I don't draw by the second turn, okay, I am on the draw. I am keeping it. And I really hope I draw planes. Why? Oh, maybe Journey to Nowhere has some sort of function. I don't draw the planes now. Uh-oh! Okay. That was somewhat lucky, perhaps. But was it lucky enough? Thought so. Doesn't seem like he liked the Pauper Gauntlet. I'm sorry if this casual race of Pauper decks offend you. Maybe that was not what he meant. Let's not make assumptions here. But yeah, I think the sad comment was pretty rude by someone playing Stormpost in the tournament, in the Just for Fun room. But I will be doing that too. But I will not tell people they are sad if they try to time me out. Back to the game. And it looks like a pretty lost game at this point. Actually, I wonder how bad Suture Priest is. This could actually be quite an important decision here. If I go for the Suture Priest or the Bone Splitter. or the Skyfisher? I think I go for Skyfisher, land, Javelineer to put the maximum amount of power on the table. Also, then I'm able to kill a Cloud of Fairies. So that's the idea. But I am way behind here. And he will be able to get 3 mana out of his Cloudpost now. So the Fisher is not far away. Just a Muldrifter. Okay, what are my options here? I have plenty of time to think about it. Journey the Muldrifter. He didn't use the expedition map, so he's not... He could get a lot of mana anyway. He gets the expedition map untaps. But Suture Priest doesn't do a whole lot. Bone Splitter doesn't do a whole lot either. So I think I'm yearning here. It might be wrong. Tell me what you would do on turn 4 here. That makes Fisher even better, right? The Muldrifter returns. I should not have attacked with the Javelineer. Damn it! God! Yes! I should have killed the Cloud of Fairies, of course. Jesus. Well, what's done is done. He's still not going for the Cloudpost. Probably means he doesn't have the Cloud of Fairies. I'm not sure. There's that guy, which makes me make the right decisions. "12 minutes. Alright, so now I can't attack with the Javelineer. And that probably means that Bone Splitter is the right decision here. Putting it on the Skyfisher. 2-turn clock. So he can do plenty of tricks here. I think he's safe. All he needs is a flicker to protect his Cloud of Fairies. He went for Glimmerpost. He has enough. Mana. Or maybe he would actually have died next turn. Mr. Crusher. That's interesting. And the permanents I sacrifice. Which are those? Well, that sort of sorted itself out. Making Fisher really attractive. Will White Weenie prevail against the monster that is Mono Blue Stormpost? Or is it already too late? Flicker gives him 8 lives, that's an extra turn. And Cloud of Fairy's Flicker wins him the game, I think, at this point. Future Priest could be important here. Wall. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. Of course he's going for the flicker. But he's gonna have to lose. No, he's gaining 5 life. But 5 life is not enough. If he flickers wall, Glimmer Post. Oh, he actually has the mana. He does double flicker the Glimmer Posts, thus losing the flicker. And leaving him with 4 mana. And this is the time of the Future Priest, right? Good games, Mr. Cosmin. Does this mean I lose? Oh, White Weenie prevails! Defeating the boogeyman of the format. That was unlikely. And it was definitely not the kind of deck the other decks have run into in the tournament practice room. The only loss so far was to the Madness Trestle deck, and yeah, this was a real tier 1 deck. So yay for Kulz and his White Weenie deck. Thank you for watching.